What's up guys, this is Kavil back with another video. And so today I'm going to do a small room kind of thing. My idea was how to create like a tiny room or apartment. So the first thing I'm going to start with blocking some space, for example cupboard, bed and a table. I'm just filling up the spaces in the room. I'm creating a window. Shade smooth, solidify. Now you can see it cannot extrude or solidify perfectly. So the main reason for this is the box wasn't completely airtight, and that's the reason why it wasn't closing off perfectly. Bring in an HDR to give some lighting. Pull it down, make the gaps fill. I'm going to bring my cupboard which I created and try to fix it in a place where it looks the best. Now walls need some paint, and I'm trying to decide on the color which looks good for it. Tiles, and always remember guys, like to use the high resolution tiles if your PC can afford that, because it just gives a good depth and a better view. Adjusting the sun, and here's our first test render. So now in different project we are going to create the desk for the room. This is a very basic and easy desk, like the most easiest desk anyone can make this. So this tutorial is actually for really beginners. This is very simple stuff, no UV unwrapping, or I am trying to avoid those things, the complex things. Some basic edge loops, done. Try to align that in a straight line. Yeah, we have to delete the inside faces because the edge flow is not correct. Now we are trying to make some handles, the legs for the table. One tip I want to give you guys is always use vertex snapping. It just makes snapping easier, and you can by holding control you can get exactly what you wanted. After the bevel modifier is applied, we just have to join it and save it back to our room. We have to bend it and place there. I did forget to texture it, so let's get back into that. We're gonna make our legs a little black metallic, and the desk something brown. Right there. And just delete this and bring in the new updated version. So this is not quite what I ended with. You will see at the end of the videos that I have made a lot of changes in the shape of room. So right now what we are doing is making a bed. This is a really easy bed and nothing too complicated. It's very fairly easy. Just you have to keep in mind how you're gonna connect everything else with it. So I tried to make this pillar, but then I realized the pillars wasn't looking that good on this type of beds. So I eventually ended up getting rid of it. And this is the process, guys. I mean, like, you think something will work and then it doesn't. I think that is the best part of 3D modeling, because things whenever I'm modeling something or I'm making a scene, things will never go as what I planned. Something looks good in my brain, and then that doesn't even make sense in what I create. So always have references if you are making a real life scene. That helps. I had a reference here. I had another screen which I had some pictures of teenage bedrooms, so that helped me a lot. So now we're making the bottom part of the bed, and here's this weird shading issue which will be fixed sometime. So this is the time to make our this is a very basic physics simulation. Anyone can make it, just a collision and some cloud simulation. I don't want to go into details because I think many other YouTubers can better explain this than me. So I'm just gonna make mine and skip forward to the next part. I tried to diminish it, but it wasn't working quite well, and I like the look it originally gave me, so I stick with it. I'm though going to delete the side part of that bedsheet because it will be colliding with my wall, which I completely forgot to account with. I'm also going to move the bedsheet in a little bit because it's going out too much. We can also do it this by sculpting, but I'm not a big fan of sculpting, so let's go with this. I'm trying to open the space to see what it looks like. Now it's time to add. Okay, go back. Now it's time to add some pillows. This is how I make my pillows. It's very quite simple, very easy to make. Some people use physics simulation, but uh, I think that is not going to be the main part of the scene, so this will do. So now you can see I have deleted the full part, and I am now trying to recreate the room, but in a different way. So this is very tedious process. I was quite unsure of what I was going for, so it took me a lot of time to figure out what will look the best in this scenario. Eventually I ended up moving my bed to the place where my cupboard is, and moving cupboard to the towards the camera. The most important things I want to tell you guys is always use that mannequin or human body reference. That thing will change your life. That is like the most important thing if you are creating some interior scenes or even exterior scenes or anything. It's really important to have some sort of reference in your mind or in your environment. It just helps you in lighting and setting up scenes better. Now I'm trying to create a window and just to raise it up a little bit. Just gonna bevel in between just to separate those separate parts, and add another bevel modifier on it. Shade smooth, harden normals. Never forget to harden the normals, guys. So now you can see it's close. We need to pack our edges so then the light gets in rather than from window. And here I try to create a glass shader, but what I end up doing is removing glass from the scene completely, because I felt like the direct sunlight was looking better rather than the glass. And sometimes you have to make those compromises just to see what your scene looks better with. So now I'm trying to make a cabinet. Easier technique was just to create the one cabinet, like one drawer, and array modifier, triple it, and then just apply. I'm circle half, and this is like very easy tricks. After more, add a pen modifier just to smooth it out a little bit. And one tip I want to give you guys: whenever you are creating some objects for your scene, try to create it as a different project file or something like that, so from that way you can always keep a copy of them in their personal, like, separate file, and you can always append them in your projects afterwards. So now got this lamp which I made back in last month, I guess, or last year something, to remember. So I'm gonna find this. scale it about right. And so for some of you might think that this looks cool, but I had this weird thought that it looked very unnatural, and it kind of did look unnatural. So what I end up is what I wanted to do is to make like early morning scene, but I ended up removing that lamp and the glass. So now it was time to remove HDRI and make some home lighting. So I play around with the sun at different angles. Always use black body temperatures whenever you are using lights. I cannot force any more, because that single tip that has changed my renders extremely. Always use this is something I tried. This was kind of cool, but okay, back to it. Black body temperatures are like literally lifesavers, so always use those. So I guess this was it, guys, and I hope you like it. This wasn't the really a tutorial. This was just a process of just sharing my process of doing my work. And I hope you might have learned something. Thank you for watching. Peace.